Hi all. Okay, I've just been stung on the 15-minute auto parry, I think. A horrendous game. I'll briefly show you Yankee Colts. Very briefly, well, maybe after. Just very quickly, Elephant Gambit went wrong. Played, it seems with precision. I've checked this with an engine. It's very short but very effective play from White. So anyway, I'm hoping that the commentary was pretty depressing, I assure you. So I'm not sure about uploading the commentary there. So just for the record, though, I did lose. So I'm down to 2015. King's engine. Okay, so the Fin Chateau line. I want a knight c6 or e5. I could play knight c6, but e5 I think. Try and encourage d5. Okay, so if I take, I'm extending the scope of the bishop and try and put pressure on e4. Yeah, one of the reasons I was hesitant about 15-minute games is the potential for engine abuse is higher, of course. This person, his max rating was achieved just recently on the 15-minute, and his bullet rating was 1100. Not this person, the person that just mashed me up in my poor Elephant Gambit system. But if I feel I'm playing human players, I think the commentary potential is much higher. Okay, so if I secure this knight on c5, if he's going to exchange off bishops, then maybe h6 and f5 after. Looks like I'm a bit worse here, or maybe significantly worse, I'm not sure. Okay, so a4 sealing queenside though. Okay, maybe bishop d7 later. Queen d4, I don't know if f6 is worth it, or just moving the king here. This knight's getting away with the queen. I can't really go queen f6, knight h5, knight g8 and queen f6 to be knight h5. Okay, so knight b5, he's got a comfortable position. So I want to just f6 here and bishop d7. Just to stop these queen d4s being checks. Oh, e6 alert. Looks yummy for white, this position. Oh there. Uh-oh. I mean, I've got to get my king out of here before something horrible happens. Bishop a4 would have been nice when in the exchange there. Whoops. Oh dear. Or was there something? Knight e6. I think he played knight e6. Right. So the good news is the opponent does feel human here, but he does seem to have a better position. So let's just check. I don't know, especially that move. It looks as though he's like weakening his king side. Okay, he's getting access to e6 though, so probably it's good in the long run if he can get back to e6. So maybe g5, knight g6, just to stop knight f4. Unless I'm going to get blasted on this diagonal pretty soon. If I can get to play knight g6, queen e7, I'll be happy for queen e5. Very happy, of course. Nice place, e5. So this guy's profile. All right, he's played a total of 10 15-minute games. There's not really much of a rating record here. Okay, I'm hoping he's not a dodgy character as well. I'm just getting super paranoid about engine users. Okay, so queen e7. It looks as though I've got a chance here. I haven't been totally smashed just yet. So queen e7, queen e5. Looks as though that should be fun. I'll be on the e pawn. E5 will be striking at the rook. Okay. Okay, so how do we assess the position? He can pile up pressure a bit on f6, maybe, but e pawn and the knight on h3, I don't know. The knight's out of play at the moment. Maybe knight f2 to g4, queen e7, so knight g4, queen e4, knight f6 I could take, and queen d4 check, winning a rook. Right, odd looking move. I don't know what that's about. It's giving me a free access to either knight e5 looks juicy, or queen e5, or maybe queen e5 for check and a knight e5. Because knight e5, I think queen f5 could be annoying, so let's go with this one. Also, this rook a3 might be useful at some point. Rook a4 might be useful at some point as well. So queen d4. Okay. We're just putting pressure on c4. I can threaten rook c4 for queen a1. Knight d3 does queen d4 check, so I'll go with that. It's queen d7 though, rook c4. It's queen c7. Might be worth doing anyway. Okay. Queen d7 does double attack a4 and c7. Okay. Okay, a3 is on. If I get rook a2, then queen d4. So I'll go with that. For queen d4. Okay, it's going for the attack. Now if rook f7 just to protect c7, is that handy? Delay rook a2 for a moment because the queen h5 is on h7. So we'll play rook f7. You can play check on b8, king g7, say queen c8. He'll be threatening queen g8. There's rook f8 there. No. Maybe king h6. I think I'll go with that. I think king h6. Oh, there's knight g4. Not so clever. Okay, what about knight f8? If I just give up c7 pawn here. King g7, rook b8. There's knight f8. Hold on. Knight f8 defends here. Okay, he could take like that, yes. I'll get my rook a2 in. Threatening queen d4. It's getting a bit scary. Okay, so knight g4, it's queen d4, queen e4. Get to play knight e7. I think knight e7 first, otherwise queen e6 is going to be useful. Queen h8, king g8. Okay. Can I just go into an ending here? Queen e7? Okay, knight e7. There might be rook f1. What about queen e7 just going to that ending? If I can get a knight e5 after. Alright, let's see if he wants the exchange of queens. I think with a knight on e5 that should guarantee me a nice ending position. Okay, it's avoiding that. So knight e5, knight g4, knight f3 check, looks dangerous. There's queen d7 as well. Okay, knight e5. Although rook b1 is dangerous. Knight f3, there's rook a7. Alternatives, queen a7, there's rook B1 anyway. I think I want the queen on there, so let's go with knight e5. So queen f5, king g7. Okay, this rook b7 or rook b8 is very, very dangerous. Potentially winning. Knight f3 check. Is that king g2? Knight h4 check, queen e4. I'm on the rook. Knight h4 check. King h3. Interesting. Knight h3, knight h4, king h3. Rook takes f2, rook b7. Was there anything just simpler? Just king move or something? So knight f3, king g2. What about just rook a7 there? I could test it. If king h1, rook f2. Alright, so let's test it. So king g2, strong move. Knight h4, king h3. So rook b7, I'm putting myself in the chop position. That looks fairly lost actually after king goes to h3. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes. Yes, he's going to do this, isn't he? He's going to do this. It's over. Again. So knight h4, king h3. So he's not going to fall for queen e4, I guess. Oh, he does. Hang on. I cheapoed my way out, I hope. Someone b1 rook. In fact, if king g3, I think even better is rook a3. Isn't that just mating? So I thought king h3 was just winning there. Probably I should have done something more prudent. But anyway, I don't know, let's see what happens here. If the king moves back, there's going to be check. If it moves there, there's rook a3. So, vineran, he's only played a total of 10. He's won 5 and he's lost 4 on the 15-minute auto pairing. Right, so let's look at this again then. So king g3, rook a3, knight d3 I just take it and take on b1, or rook a2 and take on b1. It looks all over, bother shouting. Yeah. Okay. Let's take on B1 with check. Go back here for more. Rook A1 check, I think. Don't need to give him a chance to put me in check. Okay, up to 2029 at the moment. Okay, let's have a quick look. So, bit of a lucky win there, but I thought he weakened this king a little bit with his positional ideas. He weakened my king here. My E6 was weak. Now bishop A4 there's knight E6. So I'm standing a bit worse, but after bishop H3 there is some weaknesses here to try and tactically exploit later. I'm trying to keep the knight out of E6. Strange move, that one. I thought it's giving me a good game, but this queen infiltration now is looking dangerous. But I thought knight F8 here for rook B8, but he plays rook C7. So possibly safer is well, not rook C7, queen C7, king H6 is knight G4. So safer, I don't know. He avoided the exchange of queens, so he's still having horrible threats here. And I don't know, if I retreat the rook, maybe knight G4 pounces in for knight H6. That looks pretty crushing actually. So it was cheapo time here with knight H4 check. So king H3. I think I'm up for the chop here after king H3, unless there's something amazingly magical here. It looks like up for the chop position, but he slipped tactically. Comments or questions on YouTube? Okay, thanks very much.